Good day everyone. I'm Rana May Serdan taking up Bachelor of Secondary Education, major in English. So for today's video, I am going to discuss to you the advantage and disadvantage of textbook materials. Textbooks play a pivotal role in language classrooms in all types of educational institutions, public schools, colleges, and language schools all over the world. In some contexts, teachers are free to choose their own textbooks. The vast majority of teachers, however, have textbooks suggested, prescribed, or assigned to them. Textbooks play a very crucial role in the realm of language teaching and learning and are considered the next important element in the second or foreign languages classroom after the teacher. The textbook is a tool in the hands of a teacher, and the teacher must know how to use it and how useful it can be for everyone. So, before let's proceed to the advantages and disadvantages of textbook material, let's know first the definition of textbook. So, what is textbook? A textbook is a collection of the knowledge, concepts, and the principles of a selected topic or a course. It's usually written by one or more teachers, college professors, or education experts who are authorities in a specific field. Most textbooks are accompanied by teacher guides, which provide you with supplemental teaching materials, ideas, and activities to use throughout the academic year. So, alam naman na po natin na ang textbook ang isa sa mga materials na ginagamit natin sa pag-aaral natin. Simula preschool pa lang tayo ay gumagamit na tayo ng textbook para sa pag-aaral natin. So, isa din ang textbook sa mga pinagkukunan nating mga reference kapag gumagawa tayo ng research paper or reports. So, now, let's proceed to the advantage and disadvantage of textbook material. So, let's know first the advantage of textbook material. So, number 1, they provide the structure and a syllabus for a program. Without textbook, a program may have no central core and learners may not receive a syllabus that has been systematically planned and developed. So, kapag sinabi nating syllabus, ito yung nagiging guide or outline natin sa buong lesson. Ito ang nagiging basehan natin para malaman natin kung ano ang magiging lesson natin. So, without textbooks, mahihirapan yung mga students or learners na makisabay sa topic or lesson kasi sa textbooks lang tayo makakakuha ng systematically and accurate lessons. Number 2, they help standardize instruction. The use of textbook in a program can ensure that the students in different classes receive similar content and therefore can be tested in the same way. So, sa tulong ng textbooks, ay makakakuha tayo ng maayos na instructions. Number 3, they maintain quality. If a well-developed textbook is used, students are exposed to materials that have been tried and tested, that are based on sound learning principles, and that are paced appropriately. So, sa textbook po, bago po nila i-publish ang isang textbook material, ay sinisigurado muna nila na tama and maayos yung content na nakalagay sa textbooks. Number 4, they provide a variety of learning resources. So, textbooks are often accompanied by workbooks, CDs and cassettes, videos, CD-ROMs, and comprehensive teaching guides, providing a rich and varied resource for teachers and learners. So, sa textbook po tayo unang kumukuha ng reference bago sa Google. Kasi mas accurate yung informations na nakukuha natin sa textbooks kaysa sa Google. Kapag sa Google po kasi tayo unang nag-base ng informations or reference, masyado po kasing broad sa Google kaysa sa textbook. Number 5, they are efficient. They save teachers time, enabling teachers to develop time to teaching rather than materials production. So, textbooks are efficient. Karamihan sa mga teachers ay sa textbook sila nagbe-base ng lessons or topic na ituturo nila sa kanilang mga students. Number 6, they can provide effective language models and input. Textbooks can provide supports for teachers whose first language is not English and who may not be able to generate language input into their own. So, ang textbook po ay may iba't ibang language din. For example, kapag Filipino ang subject, it means Tagalog or Filipino din ang language na dapat ginagamit sa book. So, nakakatulong din po ang textbooks sa mga teachers na hindi gumagamit ng English language as their first language. Kasi sa textbooks po ay may naka-indicate na pagpapaliwanag sa bawat lessons na makakatulong para mas mapadali ang pag-intindi sa mga lessons. So, kahit English language po yung nakalagay sa textbook, hindi naman po sila gumagamit ng terms or words na mahirap intindihin. And pwede din po na ipaliwanag nila in their own language sa kanilang mga students. So, for example po, kapag English po yung language na ginamit sa book, pwede din po silang gumamit ng mas accurate na language para mas maintindihan nila yung lesson or topic sa textbooks. Number 7, they can train teachers. If teachers have limited teaching experience, a textbook together with the teacher's manual can serve as a medium of initial teacher training. So, nakakatulong din po yung textbooks sa mga teacher para matrain sila and para ma-enhance and ma-develop yung skills nila sa pagtuturo. Number 8, they are visually appealing. Commercial textbooks usually have high standards of design and production and hence are appealing to learners and teachers. So ayan po, ang textbooks ay merong high standards of design, which means bago po sila mag-publish ng isang textbooks ay sinisigurado po muna nila na tama and hindi mali yung mga informations and references na nakapaloob sa textbook. Number 9, economy. A textbook is the cheapest way of providing learning material for each learner. And lastly, convenience. A textbook is a convenient package. It is bound so that its components stick together and stay in order. It is light and small enough to carry around easily. So, ang textbook po ay handy. Kahit saan po tayo ay pwede nating dalhin ng textbook. So, nakakatulong din po ang textbook sa pag-aaral natin, lalong-lalo na kapag kumukuha tayo ng reference or information. And textbook din ang isa sa mga source na pinagkukunan natin. So, without textbooks, mahihirapan po tayo sa pag-aaral natin. Kaya, kahit na nasa 21st century na tayo, ang textbook ay napakahalaga pa rin sa atin. So now, let's proceed to the disadvantage of textbook material. However, there are also potential negative effects of the use of textbooks, and these are the following. So number 1, they contain inauthentic language. So textbooks sometimes present inauthentic language since text, dialogues, and other aspects of content tend to be specially written to incorporate teaching points and are often not representative of real language use. Minsan kasi sa textbooks ay hindi lang isang language ang nakalagay. Minsan may ibang language ang nakalagay sa textbooks, which means na mahirap itong intindihin. which means na sobrang lalim kung minsan. Kaya kung minsan ay nahihirapan ng mga students or learners na intindihin ang lessons na nakapaloob sa textbooks. And minsan, sa textbooks ay hindi accurate ang ginagamit nilang language. So, meron yung textbooks na meron yung textbook na masyadong malalalim yung term na ginagamit nila or yung language na ginagamit nila na sobrang hirap intindihin. Kaya kung minsan ay nahihirapan tayong intindihin ang mga lessons na nakapaloob sa textbook. Number 2, they may distort content. So textbooks often present an idealized view of the world or fail to represent real issues. In order to make textbooks acceptable in many different contexts, controversial topics are avoided and instead, an idealized white middle-class view of the world is portrayed as the norm. So, minsan kasi ay hindi connected yung topic na nakapaloob sa textbooks na kung saan ay nahihirapan ng mga students or learners na intindihin ang topic na nakabase sa textbooks. Kaya, nagbe-base din sila sa Google para maintindihan nila yung lessons or topics. And kadalasan sa textbooks ay hindi sila naglalagay ng controversial topics and na-fail din sila na i-represent yung real issues or real views. And minsan, kulang-kulang din yung nakalagay na content sa textbooks. Number 3, they may not reflect students' needs. Since textbooks are often written for global markets, they often do not reflect the interests and needs of students and hence may require adoption. So, we are now in the 21st century wherein madalang na sa atin ang gumagamit ng textbooks as their primary sources. So, karamihan sa atin ngayon ay ang Google na ang ginagamit para sa pag-search ng mga sources or references. So, karamihan sa mga students or learners ay nakadepende na sa Google dahil mas madaling maghanap ng information sa Google kaysa sa textbooks. And karamihan din sa mga students ngayon ay nawawala na sila ng interest sa textbooks sa kadahilan ng mahirap maghanap ng references at information sa textbooks. And minsan din kasi hindi nila afford ng mga students or learners na bumili ng textbooks kasi kadalasan sa mga textbook na binibenta ay masyadong mahal kaya hindi afford ng mga students. And sa school din kasi kung minsan ay kulang din ng textbooks materials, kaya karamihan sa atin ngayon ay sa Google na tayo nagbe-base ng mga references and sources. Number 4, they can de-skill teachers. So, if teachers use textbooks as the primary source of their teaching, leaving the textbooks and teachers' manual to make the major instructional decisions for them, the teacher's role can become reduced to that of a technician whose primarily function is to present materials prepared by others. So, kapag yung teacher ay gumagamit ng textbooks as their primary source of teaching, ay maaari silang mahirapan sa pagtuturo and mahirapan din silang makipagsabayan sa technology. Sa panahon kasi natin ngayon ay hindi lang tayo dapat sa textbooks kumukuha ng informations. Kasi pwede na po tayong mag-access sa Google na kung saan ay maraming informations and references na nakapaloob dito. And as a teacher po, hindi lang dapat po tayo sa textbooks nagbe-base and dapat naghahanap din po tayo ng ibang sources na pwede nating pagbasihan sa pagtuturo ng mga students. And dapat po hindi lang iisang sources ang pagbabasihan natin. And lastly, they are expensive. So, commercial textbooks may present a financial burden for students in many parts of the world. So, some textbooks are expensive, kaya karamihan sa mga students ay hindi nila afford ang bumili ng textbooks. So, instead of buying textbooks, they are choose to search lessons or references to the Google. Both benefits of the use of textbooks needs to be considered, and if the textbooks that are being used in a program are judged to have some negative consequences, remedial action should be taken by adapting or supplementing books or by provide appropriate guidance and support for teachers in how to use them appropriately. So it provides stability for the students or by the will of program administrative to assure that comparable instruction is being presented across courses. Since textbooks plays a major role in language learning and teaching, a textbook is an indispensable tool for the teacher. It is essential for a teacher to be familiar with the different types of textbooks before use. This familiarity with a textbooks can be achieved through a critical comparative study of the textbooks vis-a-vis syllabus and the underlying philosophy. So, lahat po ng bagay ay may limitations and meron din pong advantage and disadvantage. So, kahit nga po sa textbooks ay may advantage and disadvantage, meron at meron din po sa ibang bagay. So, hindi po yan nawawala. So, kahit na may disadvantage po yung isang bagay, i-consider na lang natin and i-respect na lang po natin yun. Kasi, lahat po talaga ay may disadvantage. So, that's all for today. Hope you learned something. Thank you for watching.